Hello friends, welcome. My name is Karen and this is Let It Be Budgets. I'm a retired nurse on a fixed income. I'm married. My husband has a small business and his income is variable. So our budget is, we kind of modified it to, with the cash envelope part of zero-based budgeting. And we don't do zero-based budgeting. I can't, because my husband's income is variable, so we always have to maintain a rollover, and I have to maintain a budget in the bank itself, because we never know when he's going to get paid or how much. So that's how I establish my budgeting. I do a budget sheet monthly. And then I do cash envelope stuffing for my variable income and for some of my sinking funds, more of the revolving sinking funds. And with savings, I will stuff those because I use those for savings challenges. Right now, my debt is high enough. I don't try to do saving challenges with that. I pay on my extra income on my debt twice a month, and until I can get the rate down, because I owe too much money, I feel. So we only have one credit card. I have my home and I have a car payment. And then I have yearly and annual sinking funds. I do not stuff that. That money comes right. I put that money right over in the buckets for that one in my savings account. So right now I'm starting to work on my the way that I do my budgeting. My biggest thing is my calendar. I write everything on my calendar. So I kind of monitor my spending on that also. I call it a no spend. But basically everything goes on the front of my calendar. So right now, and I establish my payments 2 times a month. Usually after the 20th, right after the 20th, or on the 20th, depending, because I get paid on the third when my check is in on the third Wednesday of every month, or before the 20th, depending on which one comes first. My husband, I don't know. So I'm just gonna write down what I have. So I have the first part of the month, I have my mortgage. I have my credit card that I pay. I have AM funds, that's my husband's. And then we have insurances. And the water bill always comes at the first of the month. Why, I don't know, but it does. And Golden Rule is another of my husband's insurance. So those are the bills that I have coming out at the first of the month. And at the second of the month, I'm just going to write it on the 21st. I have a hospital payment that's due. I have another insurance, Washington National, that's my husband. The hospital, that. Sewer is due this month. I have electric, gas, the phone. My internet is Kinetic. Electric, gas, phone, that's it. So these are our fixed bills. I have 2 subscriptions. one for Netflix, which is, I think it's $6. No, $9. It's $8 and some odd cents. So I put it for $9. And I have a ink subscription for $5.33. Those come out of my credit card automatically towards the end of the month. So I put those on my expense tracker. And I just put the money in from my miscellaneous savings for the month into that and pay those off on my credit card. So, but those are the only 2 subscriptions that we have. After I've completed this, I don't, unless he just got a check or something, I don't write anything down for checks. And the next thing is my notes. So on my notes, the next thing I do is I have a 12-month calendar that I keep in the back of my clipboard because I'm used to working on clipboards. So this is my thing, is my clipboard. And in May, the only thing I had to do was my car registration. That's part of my annual savings, and that is completed already. So I don't have to, I did that towards the end of this month. So I don't have to do that this month. So we don't have any annual payments to come out. If we did, like here, I have here called DMV for my plates and how much it was and when I paid it. So I would put that under my notes, because that way I just keep track of them. So this one is done. So the next thing I'll do is I'll work on my budget. I do not know how to focus my phone in any closer than what I have it right now, and I'm sorry. When I do my income thing, I always have a rollover. I don't know what it is yet because we're on the 30th, and I'll complete that the end of this week. Because I go by, I don't go by the 1st to the 30th. It depends on the weeks. I go weekly, Sunday through Saturday, as far as how I judge my budgeting. So I have a rollover. My husband, I estimate 2 checks. Sometimes, like this month, he had 4 checks. So I don't know. And I know my check, so I write my check down. And then there's an extra space here for other, if we have anything else coming in, or like if I have to get money out of, if I would have to get money out of my retirement, which I don't generally do, not yet. That would come out of here, but it would have to be something really major for it to come out. So the next thing I have here is I do complete on here my account too. That is my sinking funds. That is my sinking funds for my annual and biannual bills. So I just wrote those down because I had to change my amount that I'm saving. So I wanted to make sure I got my amount on there. So this is my fixed expenses, would follow along with what my calendar says. So I have my mortgage. My mortgage payment has decreased this month. And it was because I contested. I was watching Clark Howard, and he said to go through the way that they're doing house insurance and stuff. A lot of times they're raising these rates because they're saying roofs and things are too old. Well, our roof was only 4 years old. So I took out my bill, and because it's paid through my mortgage company, and I reviewed it, and I found they raised us because they were claiming that our roof was too old. And it was like, so I called my husband. I said, this is what I found. You need to contest this. So he did. and they lowered our cost. And my house payment went down almost $80 per month. Plus, we got backup money from from the mortgage company for what was charged. So be mindful. They're doing this, and sometimes we just pay things, and we just pay them, and we just pay them, and we don't look. So we're looking. I saved a ton of money on car insurance because I went through and we reevaluated what car insurance we were going through, and we got a new one. I decided to go through this house insurance thing, and they fixed that for us. So it does, the little bit of time that you invest does help. So my new mortgage payment, I wrote a note for myself, will be $778. So I'm gonna write that down. Okay, anyway, my city I put under my debt, and this says extra debt, but I have one credit card. So I kind of split this one up. I put what my spending is, because I compensate for whatever I spend out of my card, I pay it off. If I can't pay it off, I'm not using the card. And then the established minimum for the card, I put those on, and then my total debt. And hopefully this month will be, I have been putting $400, but since I got my income tax back, I'm going to add an extra $200 onto that. So when I make this payment, it'll be $300 here. So we'll hopefully have a total of $600 going into my debt this in May. So we have AM funds. So I'm just going to go through and write these real quick. That's, I don't remember all my costs. All right, 50. Now, I'm going to leave the life insurance. He is reevaluating this with his person that does life insurances, because they're bumping up the cost of this real, oh my, it's a lot. So he's going to redo that. So I don't know what we're doing with life insurance yet. My husband hasn't told me. So this, I'm going to leave that one blank. And then my water, I'm going to say 40. Because I don't know. It's usually around 40. And then golden rule. How much was golden rule? It's 51. Okay. And then I'm going to write down sewer, because I don't know when that'll be due. They say that it should be around the 20th, but the last time it was supposed to be billed, I never received the bill. So I had to call. So, and find out. And then it ended up I was late, and I had to pay late charges. So, kind of sucks rubber ducks. But that's done and over with. So I would figure, I don't know what my sewer bill would be. I would say probably around $60. May not be that much, but I'm going to put that as an estimate, because that's what I'm going to budget for. My hospital is going to come out, and it's going to be $35 a month, and I figured I would go on that, $35 a month, because I'm on a regular medication regimen now that the hospital gives me. So I need to add a little bit more to my health sinking fund, so that I can send in a couple extra $100, you know, like every few months. That's what I plan to do, so that I don't get too backed up on this, and still maintain the lower amount in case I can't do it. So I do have a method to my madness here. I just don't know how to explain it. So I have that. We have Washington National, which is another insurance. I have the electric. I don't know what my electric's going to be. Last month, the last month was 148. So I'm going to say 150 because now we're not so cold. It may be less than that. And my Washington National is 82. And my gas is 74. That's on a budget system. My phone is 120. And my Kinetic is 80 something. 84. Make sure I got everything here. So I don't know, Washington National. Oh, my Honda. Ooh, Karen. I missed that one. Jeez. That's my car payment. And my car payment is $397. Okay. So now I have my variable expenses are my groceries. This is what I cash stuff. My pet. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is everything. Laundry detergent, soap, toothpaste, whatever is needed. It comes on, or if I want to go out to lunch, I take the money out of miscellaneous. I don't have specific envelopes for each thing. It's just me and my husband. So I don't have to worry about, like, kids' clothes or who needs what, like, or if there's sports or anything that is related to that. I don't have to worry about those expenses, thankfully. I've been through that. So then I have what I call a personal expense, and that is I'm a Red Hat lady, and we go out to lunch every month, and we may participate in other activities. And so I have a certain amount of money I use for that, and also my haircuts. So I just put those together because I just take them out and automatically get them done anyway. And then I added a new envelope, and it's called Hubs, and it's for my husband, and I do $80 a month for him. He goes out to breakfast with his buddies every Saturday, and he's done it for years, and I never thought about taking it out as a, like an envelope. So now I'm doing that. And then unbudgeted, I don't have anything planned with this right now. So those are our variable expenses. So now with our sinking funds, I'm adding a new sinking fund, and that is, since the decrease in my mortgage payment per month is related to escrow, and I don't trust insurance. So my husband and I talked about this. We are establishing an escrow envelope, and the monies that are off from the mortgage went down, we're going to put that money in an envelope and reevaluate as we need, whether we need to have the escrow. So I just don't trust just yet. So I got to make sure that we at least have backup money if something goes down with that. So I'm going to put this here, and that'll be $80 a month for the escrow. I have car maintenance, and right now I am not changing the amounts that I'm saving, that I'm cash stuffing for these. House maintenance, because these are new. These were all established in January, so I need to build up my amounts of money still in there. So I'm not changing them. So I have health. I have me emergency. And I have hobbies. And my car maintenance, house maintenance, health, and emergency. I allot $50 per month. And then with these also, any monies that I don't spend out of my variable expenses, I roll over. I don't I don't put them back, and I don't keep them in the variable expense envelopes. I randomize them and put them into certain sinking funds that I want to build up. So that way I get even more extra money in some of them. And I do $20 a month. This Hobbies is just for me, and it's for, I've been able to get some things that I need for this, for my budgeting channel and for my games. So, and then I have Vacation, which I still do $200 a month. I am reevaluating what I'm doing. So, my giving, I keep as a sinking fund, and I do $50 per month with that. Christmas, I save $50 per month for Christmas right now. General savings is done. I don't know what I'm going to do. My husband and I have to sit down and talk about what we really want to do with this. Do we want to continue saving a certain amount of money? And how do we want to save it? Do we want to put it in the extra monies in the 1 month ahead? I don't know. So we're going to discuss this. But I'm not going to add my general savings to my sinking fund and saving area right now. I have Save with Judy. That's what I call it. I've called it that since I started it. And that's $80. And this money is, I use as extra money for my 1 month ahead. And I have my 1 month ahead. I do $72 into my 1 month ahead that I save for. And then my city, which I already went through, and my estimate is that I'm going to be, I'll have $600 total extra for May. So my next thing is my cash planning, and this is going to be shortened because I'm not going to, I'll just complete my first 2 weeks, my, for that. So I just got to put down my month of May, and this is my expense tracker, and I write down all my variable expenses go on here. It helps me a lot to keep track of what I'm doing. And then I have a weekly check-in that I do, and that goes along with my variable expenses. So this would be May 2025. So these kind of work together. And then, sorry about that. Then my cash planning, I don't know if I'm going to need to use 2 sheets this month or not. So for my cash planning, it goes with my groceries, my pet, gas. You know, that I missed that on my thing. Very good. I love having to rewrite things a couple times. Here we go. I forgot to put my gas on here. Jeez. Okay. Thank you. And then I have my miscellaneous. I have personal. I do a buffer, and it's just in case. And I do $5 every 2 weeks. It sounds minimal, but it's adding up. Like, I had to put some money before I had birthday envelope established. I took money out of my buffer to help with birthday costs. So, and then I have my hubs. I have my, I'm at my 1 month ahead. I have Save with Judy. And I have Vacation. And I'm not going to be able to, I'm not doing my regular savings challenges because that's part of my general savings. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, so that'll have to be added. I have what I do for my giving, my hobbies, my minis. I call them minis because I do, for my 4 base sinking funds. That's my car maintenance, my health, my house maintenance, and my emergency. Those 4. I do saving challenges with that money. So, and on Mondays for mini savings. So that's what I do there. And it's a total of $100 every 2 weeks. And then Christmas. This is, and then I need to add, okay, I've got to add my escrow, because I'm going to play, I think, you know, the little tiny challenges. I think I'm going to do the tinies on Tuesday challenges with that, because that would be equal to $20 a week. So the escrow would be $40 every 2 weeks, and that's going to come out here. I haven't decided exactly what I'm doing, so I'm not going to finish up my second 2 weeks. I'll put that on another sheet, and I'll do that a little bit later in the month when I figure out what I'm going to do. But for right now, these are the areas that I'm cash stuffing for. So I'd give $400 every 2 weeks for my groceries, and I take out 4 $100 bills. My pet is $25 every 2 weeks, and I do 2 10s and a 5. My gas is $60 every 2 weeks. So far we haven't really needed to use that much, but I'm kind of leery with the summer coming up, and like I go see the grandbabies more, or the great grandbabies more, and we'd go down to the park more. You know, I live on the lake, so we go down to our park more. So I may be using more gas, so I don't want to adjust what I'm saving for that right now. And with my gas, I do 2 20s and 2 10s. With miscellaneous is $160 every 2 weeks, and I save 2 50s, 2 20s, and 2 10s with that. My personal is on my first 2 weeks I saved $25 because I split them up in the month. So my first 2 weeks I have 2 10s and a 5. Okay, my buffer is $5, and it's just one $5 bill. Hubs gets $40, and I give him, what did I give him? I think I just gave him 2 20s. He hasn't used any of it yet. He's saving. I wonder, I have to tell him, you gotta buy me something. He'll laugh at me. So my 1 month ahead is $36 I save per month for that. And this is hard because I want to do a little bit of cash condensing. And I've not really done like grabbed large, you know, like large bills out of my bank and then cash condensing that way. So usually my norm is to get 6 5s and 6 1s. So I have Save with Judy is $40, and with hers I do 2 10s, 2 5s, and 10 1s. For my vacation is $100, but that might be questionable. And I don't, right now it's going to stay exactly like this, but I don't know how soon it'll be before I finish off my vacation challenges and my challenge will be completed. So for this 2 weeks, I know that it'll continue. So I'll do, I did 110, 10 fives, and 40 ones. Okay, my giving, I do $20 for the first week. For the first 2 weeks. And I do 4 fives with that one. My hobbies, I do $10. And I just do one $10 bill. For my minis, I do $100. And I keep my ones, so I never have to get ones. I just I buy back my ones with larger bills. So I do 2 20s, 2 10s, and 8 5s for that one. And Christmas is I do my full Christmas on my first 2 weeks that I do my cash planning. So that's $50. And I do 2 10s, 4 5s, and 10 ones. And my escrow, I'm going to play those tiny games. So I'm going to get 40 ones for that. Oh, I hate ones. But that's what I play with. So this is my first 2 weeks like this. This is my second 2 weeks a month, but I may have to redo it so I have another sheet here if I need it. But this is where I'm going to go so far with my cash planning when I'm drawing from the bank. And I'm going to think about how to do that. I've got to do some kind of cash condensing. So I'm going to sit here and think about how I can do that also to get some of these smaller bills out and get larger bills in. But I'll work on that as I go. So this is how I set up my budget and my cash planning for the month. And I only do it once a month. Except, like, sometimes I have to do my cash planning more than once a month, but that's okay. I go ahead and do that when I do my my weekly assessment of my budget. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching. And if you like this kind of information, go ahead, please, and hit the like button and subscribe and follow along. I love watching people do their budgeting. Sometimes you never know when you're going to hit something that can apply to you. So have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.